They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Breeze on third down. And that is incomplete.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Breeze. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. A first carry now for Alex Collins. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
And again, it's Collins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. So on fourth down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. New Orleans offense working its way back out there. As we look at them ahead to 2018, as that wound to the end of 2017 continues to heal, Charles, they're going to have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. If they have Breeze back at quarterback, this should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should, and frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big win for them, especially with their 2 tackles, Teron Armstead at left tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, who was a rookie last season at right tackle. They are loaded going forward. If they could get a real playmaker at tight end, that might be the last piece. And if that happens, I'd hate to be a defensive coordinator trying to game plan for them.
Breeze to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And some space hit. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. A gain of 3, second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his fullback there, Zach Line, and that'll make it third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Breeze now, flush to his right. He'll air it out deep for... He's got it at the 15. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And that one results in 35 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
On second down, Ingram. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. On third and long, it's Breeze. A swing pass caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They go play action here on first down. Now Breeze lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This one from 35 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
The return man, Chris Moore. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now it's Flacco, eluding the pressure right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Flacco here on second down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
When we watch Drew Brees practice, the thing that always strikes us is after every throw he makes, he continues to go through his progressions. You know, so he gets that muscle memory. Okay, in a game, if I don't have this throw I just made, I might have this one, I might have that one. It's amazing. One of the reasons he's come out so hot today, he's already seen it happen.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Here's a first down run with Collins. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, Collins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Third and long for Joe Flacco. This is caught. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to run with Woodhead. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, Flacco to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. And it's third and short. And with the play clock getting closer to 0, John Harbaugh is going to call a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Or do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on third and goal. To pass, Flacco. Flush to his right. He can, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Joe Flacco as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Eluding the pressure right. And he lost 6 there on the first down play. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before half for Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Flacco drops it underneath for Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. First and 10 here for Flacco. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Passing play, Flacco. That's complete to a former Saint. It's Ben Watson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Throwing here on first down. Flacco. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And Watson has it right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, a touch unconventional. I don't know that you usually gain yards on first down by a fake field goal. But they did gain yards, I guess. I don't know what else to say.
And the beauty of it is, it just goes to second down. They keep the ball. Just because they went for a fake field goal doesn't mean they turned the ball over because they didn't get a first down. It's now second down for them.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. They'll try and run for it with Collins. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. On first and goal, Collins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on second down. Ingram again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Breeze hands to Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Willie Henry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now Breeze. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. This New Orleans team definitely a second-half club a year ago. In fact, they have the best second-half differential in the NFL, plus 64.
Well, I think head coach Sean Payton does a terrific job of crystallizing in the half, reducing, and then going ahead and being very specific in their attack in the second.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Defense showing blitz. From the gun on third down, Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Let's go.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. Throwing now is Breeze. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Breeze, got to have this one. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Jeremy Maclin was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Jeremy Maclin, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception, and sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And that will be incomplete as well.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Baltimore is going to go here. It's Flacco. Down goes Joe Flacco in the end zone. It's It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Breeze now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he'll take this one down to the 36. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here's Breeze to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Breeze now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And on 2nd and 10 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Back to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Flushed out right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The drive starts with a run by Collins, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
Flacco and the Ravens now, after the sack, need something good here on 3rd and long. Pressure mounting. Flacco. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ooh, the juke. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
One final try here for Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of